So today, nobody really came, but I have
I think so little of us.
one person here from the group, Laughing Ghost, and we have somebody new here, Luke Bisping. Say hello.
Aloha.
If you haven't seen it already, he actually helped out, unbeknownst to him, but totally known to Bone. He helped us out on the Mini Monthlies episode the last episode, and he will be helping us out on a lot more, and I'm looking forward to it based on all the work he's shown me. So it's good to have you collabing with us, Luke.
It's good to be here, and I'm really happy that I can help out.
Good. So, gentlemen, it is just going to be us three this late at night. It is 2 minutes till midnight. What should we talk about? What's going on in the world today?
I'll give you a random topic.
Yeah.
All right. The world has become infested with rabid dogs with the intelligence of a 5-year-old. Where do you hold up to survive? The
dogs have intelligence of a 5-year-old?
Yes.
What do dogs usually have? Like, what's their intelligence at already? In reality,
it doesn't matter. Their intelligence is set of a 5-year-old.
The average intelligence of a dog is the average intelligence of any dog actually is that of a 2-year-old. So that would
they'd be getting smarter.
That would make them slightly average intelligence.
Oh God.
Slightly more average intelligence. My bad.
And you said 5-year-old, correct? Michael?
Yes.
Okay. So with 5-year-olds, they know how to open doors. I think you'd be kind of fucked if they can open a handle.
They figured out that lock that you put on the bottom of the door was fake.
They realized that they're not playing a video game and it was just a wired controller this whole time.
You have yet to answer the question, where do you hold up?
Where do I hold up? I want to say... God.
I already have the best answer. Island. Far away from land, they can't get boomed.
I guess. But let's say you can't go on an island. Where would you go?
2-story building, take out the staircase, boom, done.
So you're just doing what a normal zombie preparation would be. Take out the bottom stairs. Can these dogs talk to you?
Intelligence
of a 5-year-old.
Can you imagine being up at night as these dogs try to taunt you? Like 5-year-olds can shit talk. Let's be honest.
They're like, hey, buddy, I've got a chew toy out here. Do you want to go for a walk?
To be fair, some dogs in real life actually do know some English.
They do.
So
they do.
We're not far off from there. My dog knows one word and only one word, and they say it by accident, which is "hey," and that's it.
That would be horrifying. If I heard that at night, I'm like, who the fuck is that?
I feel like that's like a personification. Like we're imposing humanistic character traits on dogs. I don't think they have the vocal cords to do.
I bet you if I Googled or YouTube searched dog saying "hey," it'll sound immediately like that. I've seen some dogs say
the part that is unbelievable is that
if you're looking to find "hey," you're gonna find "hey," whether or not it's actually "hey" and not just similar.
The part that is like crazy though is that when they said "hey," they sounded exactly like my mom, so I mistaken it for my mom, and then I looked down and it was the dog.
I'm just...
What do you want, boy? Hey, what? Oh, what do you want, boy? Drugs.
It's like, but man, what's wrong with you, Tim? Man, I can't fucking get a lick of sleep. My dog keeps asking for drugs at night.
Hey.
My dog keeps on wanting me to go to CVS.
Ray, did you pick up that description today?
We got a 2 a.m. CVS run. Let's go.
No, I don't want to get up to get you a Gatorade.
I just got you your prescription. I ate it all. Give me another.
Can you go pick me up some tea?
Oh God. Imagine if they
All right.
like all 5-year-olds. What do they want? McDonald's. Can you imagine if a
No,
dog has a taste for
not true.
McDonald's? Are you kidding me? Kids eat that shit up at 5 years old.
No.
I want to go in the play place.
Oh,
You're implying every 5-year-old knows what a McDonald's.
I bet you a majority
No.
of 5-year-olds know what McDonald's
No.
is. They know how to talk by 5, right?
They know how to think by 5.
Mute. You know,
What age do kids start talking? Is it like 3 or something?
it varies. There's an average.
All right,
but
what's
it
the
varies.
average? What's the average?
Might be.
Might be what?
Hold on.
I want to say 3, but I could be totally wrong, and that could be way too late.
Google says, oh shit.
Well, I should say 8 years old
It
if
could
you're
be
in
like
America.
12 to 15 months. Simple sentences around 18 months.
All right, so now I'm not talking about baby's first words. I'm talking about like
I
full-blown
just said
conversations.
simple sentences after around 18.
Oh, 8? Oh, okay. So they're
18.
18 months.
Some scientists have said that when a baby is born, they are born extremely smart, so they're already really smart when they're born. But around the age of 5, they forget all of it, and that's why they need to be re-educated in school.
Oh my
I
god.
don't know. I've met some pretty stupid kids.
I thought you were going to say I met some dumb babies.
Well, they probably already forgot about everything at that point.
No,
Like
even
they're
baby,
babies.
If they're so smart, why don't they make their own selves a fucking omelet?
Why don't they feed themselves and stop asking me?
Yeah. Why do they keep shitting themselves? Huh?
I'm too
They don't.
busy.
They said they're smart, not physically smart.
I'm too busy.
Oh yeah.
Bitch.
Why do they not know hot means bad?
Look, like the first years of my life were literally just a blank where I was blind, and then when I turned 5, first thing I saw,
I
was
think.
sitting in the middle of a goddamn living room, 2 adults looking at me, someone that I could assume was my brother running outside. The first thought in my head that I ever had was, "What are you looking at?"
That's kind of like how it is for me. Like, I'm trying to think what my first memory was. It's just like spurts here and there. But I'm trying to think when was the actual first time I'm like, oh, I'm alive. Oh, what's this? Like, this is
All right.
things. What's that?
Next question. You ready?
Okay.
This is kind of a two-parter. So, what brings you the greatest joy in life, and why is it Shrek?
Did you say why is it Shrek?
Yes.
I mean, I enjoy Shrek, but it's not my greatest joy in my life.
No. Why is it Shrek? The end.
All
The
right.
first half has already been solved.
All right, all right, all right. I enjoy Shrek because, in its own way, it's like a D&D adventure, and I love D&D. If you think about it, it is.
I liked the musical at the end of the second movie.
I thought you were gonna say I liked Smash Mouth.
No, Smash Mouth on their own, pretty good.
Pretty
But like,
good.
that I Need a Hero though, that was actually legitimately good.
Was that Smash Mouth?
No, that wasn't Smash Mouth. It was like,
Oh.
it was like a cover by the celebrity they got to play the villain.
Oh, from Shrek 2. Yeah.
Yes, that one. That was Smash Mouth singing I Need a Hero. That's something I want to see now that you've said it.
He's not gonna do it. Like recently, didn't he like go apeshit crazy? The singer. They were doing
Get
a
him.
concert and it was just going out of control. And like, I don't know the main singer's name, but you can see footage of this right now if you look it up on YouTube. He's just drunk off his ass. He looks like Mac Michael when he was like really when they were doing the dance episode at the high school, when he's just like standing there looking like he's hot and his gut is out. He kind of looked like that.
Yeah, he did he did way too many episodes of Charmed. Charmed messed him up, man. It wasn't Shrek. It was doing a goddamn witch show for 3 years.
Them 90s shows will get you.
The only episode I remember from that is when they turned their they turned their attic into a Lego house, and the villain was like slowly tearing it apart. And I remember that was terrifying to me as a kid. Now I look at that scene and I'm like, how the heck did they do that? I want to animate that.
I don't remember a lot of Charmed, but this has intrigued me. I feel like I should watch this episode. When I was living with my mom, we used to watch a lot of old 90s shows, and one of the ones was what's that vampire with Buffy? I forget his name. Angel. Did you guys watch Angel?
I only ever heard of Angel.
So, in retrospect, I think Angel's a lot better than Buffy in a lot of different ways. But the way it ended really sucked. It sucked hard. Because it was like a gigantic cliffhanger. And you could tell, like, why was I into this shit? Looking back at it. But yeah, I forgot where I was going with this, but 90s.
The only reason you watched it was because little old you thought the lady on the goddamn cover was pretty.
Oh, her? I never really liked actually her, but I get what you're saying.
It's just like, pretty lady, and then you didn't really pay attention to much else.
I remember seeing those vampires transform. I was like, Jesus Christ. And all it was just a cut of them like turning their head and like, okay, turn your head, that's your normal face, and then we're gonna cut it halfway when you're in your prosthetics and everything. It's like, oh, this is what movies are like.
Yeah, I remember I watched like the first season where the effects were like average at best, but then the effects got way better in the next couple of seasons.
All right,
I mean, like,
another question.
Well, hold on. You didn't answer your own question.
I don't have to answer question. You answer.
That's not how it works. We need your opinion.
No, I didn't answer the previous one.
Good point. So you're slacking.
No. All right. Next question. If you were a candy bar, must explain why.
Hold on, you're breaking up.
Wait, are you saying if we were a candy bar, what kind of candy bar would we be if we were stuck in the wilderness or something?
No, just if you were a candy bar, what candy bar would you be?
And why?
No, well, yeah, okay.
I would have to not choose cookies and cream because I would
That's a flavor. It's not a candy bar.
Well, the Hershey's cookies and cream. And the sole reason is because I would not be able to resist eating myself. I could not. I love that damn chocolate too much.
You wouldn't have teeth.
I can break a section off of me. Have you ever seen those candy bars?
You're a candy bar. You're assuming you have arms. Candy bars have arms?
I can snap in half. I can like hop.
You're assuming you have freedom.
Yeah, you don't. You're a candy bar.
So I'm just doomed to just look out in the distance. Am I wrapped in my wrapper? Am I just suffocate? Am I just gonna be trapped in this whole fucking?
Your
wrapper
life
all
consists of being made, being wrapped up, and being eaten, and
Waiting
then being
to die?
reborn to do it again.
I'm just waiting to die.
I would be a 30-year-old Almond Joy.
Why?
Expired, so that way nobody would eat me.
But what about the weather? You'd be melted.
Rather melted than the pain of going through somebody's body, getting chewed up.
I don't know. That's quick.
Wait a minute. Now that you've actually given us proper context for what kind of candy bar we would be, now I'm suddenly thinking, what would be the absolute worst choice here?
Yeah, 30-year-old expired Almond Joy.
Okay, but okay.
That's
You
my
can't just
choice.
pick. You can't just pick
Okay,
your
but
age.
like,
You never specified that.
I'm
Yeah.
suddenly
No.
being reminded of there are people out there who archive and preserve foods. So, like, imagine being one of those candies that are like
my
on display at a museum and doing absolutely nothing. So
All right.
now you're in a glass
There you go.
case
I'm teaching
sitting
America.
there forever.
I have. You're teaching America. Listen, all right. So then in that case, I'm just gonna be a goddamn Hershey's and cookies and cream bar with a metal body. If you're gonna choose your age, I gotta choose my goddamn body. I get to be.
No, you don't.
I'm gonna be in a
because
jar of liquid like Futurama with the heads. That's just gonna be placed on top.
no. That does not exist.
Neither is a 30-year-old almond joy. I can tell
Yes.
you that.
He just said that there are people that preserve it, so there is a more of a probable chance that my candy bar, there's no cookies and cream
gotta
bar
look
with
it
a
up.
metal frame into existence.
30-year-old almond joy. I'm curious.
Mike, you're gonna be doomed forever.
I like how it goes. How harmful is it for a 30-year-old if they eat one chocolate bar in a day?
Just one.
And then, oh, it gets better. This person just goes, "Hi, thanks for the request. Anything taking in limits has its own benefits, like since dark chocolate is higher in flavonoids, it offers the greatest health benefits. Most experts agree that the recommended dose of a dark chocolate is approximately 30 grams to 60 a day."
So either way, you're both screwed.
I like how they're just saying, "Hey, there's a serving size for a reason, pal." And then this person below is like, "Why do you think it's harmful? What do you think it's harmful?" Oh my god, this is a whole thread that Michael just presented to me, unbeknownst to him. Let me see.
Oh boy.
No harm unless it's made with safe
we're-
ingredients.
we are-
Is
this
it
has
gonna be
become-
poisoned?
This has become so much a heavy subject that we didn't expect it to be.
I like this person's response. It goes, "Self-pampering is required at times, whatever the age of the person." Holy shit, my god. You just gave me gold. Oh my god. Why is the world
Doomage.
stupid? Why is the world so stupid? Holy shit. Alright, 30-year-old almond joys. Get them while they're hot. Or not. Well, in this case.
Hot or not.
Hot or not. Oh, Jesus. How long do you think they actually last in, since they're made of sugar?
Put it in resin, it'll last a pretty long time.
Anything lasts in resin. Can you imagine a guy just like, "I want to preserve my dick"? He gets a metal dick, like a dildo installed. It's the future, but he wants his chopped off cock that's probably diseased in resin. That way he can just look at it.
Oh boy. Nah, he's gonna be disappointed when he finds in 50 years' time they replaced his real dick with a wooden one.
Can you imagine, like, the process? They're like, "All right, if you want it hard forever, you're gonna have to make sure you hold this because, like, let's say the process takes a long time for them to do, so he has to stay hard for that amount of time. But during it, it goes flaccid. So once they cut it off, it's just this tiny fucking thing. So now he has a tiny penis on display for the rest of his life."
Not only that, it's a wooden tiny penis.
Yes, it's a wooden tiny penis.
Because they couldn't actually figure out how to properly preserve a human body, and that thing rotted, so they had to make a fake penis to put on display.
Oh, you shouldn't have bought that service on Wish.
This is what happens when you pay a surgeon $10.
It's like I thought I was buying quality.
You shouldn't have ordered surgeries on Mercari.
$10 cock wish. Sorry, cock statue. Oh my god.
That's a real dick move on them.
I didn't think I'd be talking so much about dicks tonight.
Hey, blame Mike.
No, you went to dick, not my conversation.
All right.
Yeah,
Give us-
but, preservation, though.
All right, then. Stray us away from this dick talk, Michael. Give us another hypothetical.
My next question is, do you believe in Bigfoot?
Like the idea of him or that he existed?
same thing.
I mean, the idea of him would be a little different. Like,
No.
well, it's like do you believe in like this? I guess. Never mind. I'm just being stupid.
Or are we being literal here? And are you saying, do we believe?
He's trying to weed out the conspiracy theorist.
You
This is
believe-
a ploy.
Are you trying to get us to think that if the enlargement of one's body part is possible?
What?
There are men
Oh,
outside waiting.
If there is somebody with a big foot.
Is that what you're implying here?
No.
He went from
Bigfoot,
big
the,
dicks to big feet.
No, you did. Again.
Look, I want more specifics, and you're not being very specific, so I
Bigfoot,
gotta guess.
Yeah, otherwise
the-
we're gonna
the
be-
Big ape.
We're gonna
You
end
know,
up with a 30-year-old Bigfoot.
The urban legend like Loch Ness monster, Bigfoot.
Um,
I'm not talking about your feet.
I don't know. Like, I've seen the documentaries and everything. It's kind of. I don't know. I feel like maybe it would have existed. It could have been like this fucking thing, but I feel like it would be dead by now. There's no way it would be alive if it was.
Yeah. If it existed at some point, it's probably no longer existing now.
It probably died a shit death too.
Okay, so then let's devolve further. Do you believe Bigfoot existed? Past, present, future.
I'd have to look at so much more information, but I don't see why not. Based on that one documentary I seen.
Why take away other people's beliefs?
Why take other people's fun?
It's not taking their beliefs. Your belief in something does not change somebody else's.
It depends. You could be a famous
No,
person and you
that's
believe in
any
something, and you
religious
could change
person.
somebody's choice on that. There's some
That's
very
completely
blind followers. I'm just saying there's people out there like that. Hence why you have Scientology.
There are some people who believe that Jesus had a holy rocket launcher. And who are we to rob them of that?
laying down the holy word everywhere he went, one bomb at a time. Or should I say rocket? I don't know. Like, I feel like from what I've seen so far, like that everybody knows that infamous footage of him walking and then looking to the side, right? So like that looks like it could be fucking real, and unless it was just some guy in a fucking ape costume back then, that was pretty good. And some guy just happened to spot him. Who knows? Can you imagine, like, back then, if they knew the idea, like the stories, like, oh, there's this big gigantic fucking man thing walking around and people are trying to get footage, right? Well, let's say they were offering rewards for this. Who's to say that that wasn't fabricated? So, either or it could be. But if it did exist, it's fucking dead by now, guaranteed. Ain't no way it survived out in the wild.
It.
There's
You
no
can't
how
have,
would it survive this long in the wild? Right? Where is it located? What state?
That's what I'm saying. You're basing all of this off of, half memories of certain facts, shit that you, well, not even facts, information that you heard before.
Let's see, Bigfoot.
What we are probably going to conclude here: Bigfoot doesn't exist. Deadfoot definitely does exist.
Was he found in Illinois or Canada?
Don't bring that to me.
Don't bring that to me. I don't know, like, if it's Illinois, who knows? Maybe people are just hopped up on moonshine and drunk out of their goddamn minds.
All right. Next question.
But I was enjoying the big feet.
What's the strangest thing in your fridge?
In my fridge?
Yeah.
Nothing really strange. It's like,
Strangest.
I mean, I guess I have nothing. All of it's like water, the almond milk, hummus.
A half-opened package of regularly sized Bologna.
I like how you had to say regularly sized bologna. Is there any other size? Like, do they make them in different sizes?
Yeah, they make thick Bologna, which is the best Bologna.
It would just be thick. We're talking about like round size. Like, would it be bigger?
I'm used to the thick Bologna, and regular Bologna is alien to me. So I'd say that's pretty dang weird to be in my fridge.
It's too thin. That's, I don't know. I've only ever seen one size bologna. Is it just like why? How is it weird? Is it just because it's so thin?
Yeah, it's
Weird
just
is
like
relative.
it's a very thin layer, and it's like it feels all wet and sometimes icky. And thick bologna, it ain't like that. It's like it's solid. It good. It tastes great. Regular bologna
it
is
doesn't
just
retain, like the juices.
it's just like friggin' regular bologna tastes friggin' icky.
I've never heard of thick bologna. I'm learning so much today. 30-year-old almond joys, thick bologna.
The stories I can tell about garlic bread, though.
Give me one weird one.
One time, I mistaken cornbread for garlic bread.
How did you mistake cornbread and garlic bread?
Well, I didn't know what the difference was. Google was not a thing that I could use frequently because I didn't have a phone, and at the time, I didn't believe in phone technology. So for the longest time, we went to restaurants, and I didn't know that the garlic bread they were handing out was called garlic bread, and I just knew we had some cornbread that looked like it. My head is popping for some reason right now, but we had cornbread, and I wanted some of that. Stop that head, but and for about I think 3 to 4 years, I ate nothing but cornbread, and there was always something off about it. And
so this was reoccurring? Like you just been eating this cornbread thinking it was garlic bread the whole time?
Yep, until one day we actually ended up, cooking a dinner, and we ended up cooking some bread and making garlic bread, and then I said, "Wait, this is garlic bread?" It's like, yeah. And then it tasted friggin' delicious, and my eyes were opened, and I thought, what am I doing with my life? I have wasted my life is a lie. And then the first thing we did when I found out what actual garlic bread is, we threw out the cornbread, and we've been making actual garlic bread ever since.
Oh my god, you poor thing. I can't imagine.
That was hard to say. That entire thing was hard to say because my head is making a bubbly noise right now.
Drink some water or something, but god. How long was it? Like, were we talking like months, years, or days?
Years.
Years? Nobody told you?
Nobody told me.
Nobody fucking told
at all. Until very recently, at the near end of 2019.
Your parents said nothing?
Nothing.
They're just like, oh look, there's Luke again, eating garlic bread, but it's cornbread. Oh, did you confront anybody about it afterwards?
I confronted my parents and I said, "Why did you not tell me this earlier?"
What did they say?
They didn't know.
They didn't know it wasn't garlic bread?
No, they didn't know I wanted garlic bread. They just thought, oh, well, he likes cornbread, so we'll give him cornbread. They didn't know that I was mistaking it for garlic bread until we actually made garlic bread.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry that you had to go through that for many years.
And ever since then, I have been teaching myself how to make garlic bread.
Have you ever had the poor man's garlic bread?
Unless you say the poor man's me, then no.
No. Well, I learned it through Michael here because I used to visit him when he went to college. And it was. How did you make yours, Michael?
It was sandwich bread that you toast, but you put butter, lemon pepper, garlic, salt on. And you bake it.
Yeah,
Because
that's
the
how you do
average college student didn't have it was more common to find a loaf of bread inside their pantry or fridge as opposed to like
a butter-filled
baguette
loaf of bread.
Or a sourdough or traditional bread that you would garlic.
Have you ever had that?
Nah.
It's pretty good. Like I still do it today, and then when you have it with spaghetti, that's a chef's kiss right there.
Excuse the sound in the back. The dog is drinking water.
I can't hear anything, so you're good.
Yeah,
Did you know that when dogs drink water, they don't scoop it up into their mouth; they scoop it down into their mouth?
Maybe he's trying to tell you he needs his pill with his water.
No,
You gotta go on that CVS run.
If you go online and you look at slow motion dog drinking water, you would think the tongue scoops up, but it actually scoops down when they grab water.
Like towards the dog?
Towards the dog, but below.
And then it scoops it up. That's weird.
No, scoops it down.
I know. So it goes down. Like let's pretend like you're diving in a pool. It's going down, and then that little end hitting the water first goes towards the dog.
Yep.
And then they scoop it up, it goes up, and then it scoops.
It like rolls downwards.
Oh my god, the tongue is truly a marvel.
Yeah. But back to the whole the sandwich thingy. I've never eaten a sandwich since I was 10.
Why?
Like, because, well, when I was younger, it got ruined for me.
A sandwich? There's so many versions of sandwich.
Well, like, when you make your peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
I got so scared for a second. I thought you were gonna say like just actual urine. I'm like, no, where is this going?
No, God,
Peanut
no.
butter and
I just heard pee and I didn't process the nut part.
Where the heck do you think I live? Florida?
Oh no.
Yeah.
You're
Florida people do
you're
that.
eating cornbread instead of garlic bread, and like I don't know where the hell you are.
Florida man eats cornbread thinking it's garlic bread, and Florida woman eats poop and jelly sandwiches.
Okay.
No, when I was younger, my mom would just make the bread and peanut butter separately because I didn't know how that stuff worked, and so we made an actual peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And the first one I had, I immediately threw it up in the garbage.
Why?
Because, well, something about it just did not set right with me.
Was it the peanut
Maybe it
butter?
wasn't
or
a
the jelly?
good brand.
Like the bread.
Like, I don't know, just it was just, it just did not sit right with me, and I just
I'm with
threw up
Michael
in the
here,
garbage
though. Like,
can.
it could have been a bad
It could have been a
brand of peanut butter or
bad
jelly.
brand of peanut butter or jelly. But all this talk of PB&J makes me want a PB&J.
You're always eating a goddamn PB&J.
So I'm gonna go get another drink, and then I'm gonna make myself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and
Jesus
I will
Christ.
be right back.
Yeah,
He's
but,
always
like,
making
yeah,
a damn sandwich. I
fat.
think.
I imagine he does.
That and drinks scotch or whiskey.
And, ever since that day, I've been just put off of eating any kind of sandwich.
No, you got to give yourself like a moment to like come back to it. Can't let that one experience ruin it for you.
Yeah. Like, I always double check my chocolate milk because one time we found a goddamn noodle in it, and that
A noodle?
traumatized me for life.
I feel like you have the worst luck with food after hearing these stories.
We went to the store in another state because we never did that before. We never went to a store in a state that wasn't our own, and we did, and well, it just went wrong in all the wrong places. Like
Was it like a thick noodle, or are we talking like a little spaghetti long noodle kind of thing?
like
Or
a
ramen?
very, very long, like it's like somebody stuck an entire cup of noodles into the chocolate milk, and it was in there, and it
Like just a single noodle, or like the whole thing?
the whole goddamn noodle
The-
cup was in the goddamn chocolate milk.
What kind of chocolate milk was this?
I have no idea,
Was
but
it like a carton or a glass?
it was a
bottle?
whole gallon.
Oh, a whole. What the fuck? How did they get that in there?
I don't even know. So like that, since that's traumatized me, I always double check every time I buy chocolate milk, and I'm like, there better not be any goddamn noodles in here.
There better not be any goddamn ramen in this, or I swear to God.
Who does that?
Holy shit!
Just yeah,
Please tell me there wasn't a seasoning packet in that gallon of milk.
No.
Holy
But
shit!
as my brother has said, I sometimes have the worst luck with things.
I'm starting to think it's just with food.
No, it's not even with food. Sometimes it's been computer issues.
Oh, I
Up
feel like
the
that's with a
wazoo.
lot of people, though. I know I've gotten those issues myself.
Oh yeah.
Man, I don't know. I don't know which one's worse. The cornbread thinking it's garlic bread for years, the ramen and milk, or the PB&J.
Wait, out of all of them, the thick bologna still shocks you?
I just never heard of thick bologna.
I am shocked.
I've never seen it, and I work at a grocery store as a day job. Technically,
Oh,
it's night.
I used to. I worked at one for like a month and a half
Oh,
before quitting due to very major health issues.
I'm coming up to like 5 years, and I hate it.
The retirement money better be good.
I should probably make sure that's getting in there.
Yeah, because like the average age of retirement paycheck, like the last time I heard it was like a good old, you have to work a good old 4 years in order for you to get like retirement money.
Mm.
In some states, it's like they said, oh, it's not 4 years, it's like 6 years here, or like 12 years here.
I would have to check with my union and all that.
Yeah.
All I know is I can't wait to quit.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing this and doing the voice work and anything else I can to get out of that shit job.
Oh yeah. The customers, I can imagine those are a nightmare.
It's like a switch. It didn't used to be this bad, but ever since COVID and everything, it's like people don't know how to talk to anybody anymore.
Oh yeah, I've encountered plenty of crazy people. Like I met a ditzy grandma who ruined her own cake. Which, she was just trying to get, it was my job to bag the cake and then put the cake in the cart. But apparently she got very antsy and impatient. She thought I was doing it wrong. So she tried grabbing the cake herself, and I tried to tell her to stop. But no, she got impatient, and she ended up making me drop the cake, and it flipped over, and it made a mess on the floor.
Jesus.
All right, I'm back. Been a
how's
long
your
48
scent?
hours.
So while you were gone, I found something else out. Luke here just has the worst luck with food. Guess what he found in his gallon of milk?
Pickles.
You'd be wrong. You're never gonna get this. I'm just letting you know that. Why don't you go ahead and tell him, Luke?
Rat.
I found ramen in my chocolate milk.
Ramen?
I
whole
thought it was
thing
a
of ramen.
noodle. I thought it was
Yeah.
a noodle thing.
Well, you started saying ramen, so
And you said it's a whole thing of noodles ramen inside his
Yeah.
gallon of chocolate milk.
Not even a little bit, just the whole dang thing.
I was like, how does
What kind
that
of
happen?
What kind of sketchy ass grocery store do you go to?
It was out of state, so.
Oh my. Yeah, you're making this sound more and more like Florida.
And I do not even live in Florida, nor do I think I want to live in Florida.
I would never live in Florida.
They have like hurricanes there every goddamn week.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be able to do that.
One of them was so goddamn crazy. I literally saw this. It's just like the people of Florida are so used to having hurricanes every week that they just combat it with comedy.
Oh, that's just that there tornado Tim. He's a calm beast. He won't bite.
Like what one person who was extremely ready for the hurricane, dressed up as that one music player from Ocarina of Time, and he just walked out of his house and stood in the middle of the road while the hurricane was still happening and just played the Song of Storms, and he had the whole thing on his back. Like he was ready. He just started playing doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Oh, I could just imagine. What the fuck? I'm at a loss for words right now, though. Like, all these different... Like, do you have any more food, like, experiences?
Food-related traumatics that I've encountered, I don't know anymore.
I feel like you've given us the best ones. And I truly feel sorry for you.
Nah.
Next thing you know, you're going to be looking at, like, I don't know, a glass of water, and you're like, this isn't water.
I can tell you a recent incident that I encountered.
Okay.
It's not food-related, but it's drink-related.
Go ahead and tell me.
We had Pepsi. And, we would frequently buy Pepsi. I've stopped drinking it recently. Not because of this dramatic event. It's just, it messed up my throat. One day, I didn't touch my Pepsi can after a while. And I decided, well, I'm not drinking it, so I'm going to empty it out. So I decided to just, pour the rest of the Pepsi into the sink. Except, Pepsi didn't come out of it.
What did?
This huge, disgusting silver and black looking ball thing fell out of it.
Wait,
and
what?
It looked like an ugly, black, oily ball of spit.
Oh.
And when that happened, I dropped the can and ran out. When I ran out, I threw up.
Oh.
And I just did not want to look at that thing. I was scared to go back in the goddamn room because I didn't want to look at that stupid, disgusting thing. So my brother had to go in there and basically clean the sink. And, that was it. That was the most recent traumatic event that's ever happened to me.
That reminded me, it's not food related, but I went on this thing because I was on like a ROTC kind of thing. It was called Cadet Corps, and they went on this thing called Survival, and you'd survive a couple days out in the wild for a red beret. And one of the days I was digging, and I see this. It looks like a baby. What I describe like an ant or like a grasshopper or something like that. But I found out later it was like a potato bug. And that I knew from Michael here, like, those things are fucking poisonous. And it was just this big fucking thing. I just remembered, like, just throwing it the fuck away. Because I was just scared that I was scooping with my hands, and this fucking big thing came out of it. And I'm like, nope, do not want. But yeah, you just reminded me of this with your whatever the fuck that was. God, no.
Evil Pepsi booger ball thing.
Evil Pepsi booger ball. I don't know how you can eat. I feel like I
Have
would
fun
be scared
imagining that artist.
I feel like I would be too scared to like eat anything.
Oh yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you've eaten, Michael?
That I've eaten or that's in my fridge?
Eaten.
That's a good question. Does
Like,
really spicy hot sauce count? Like 7 million on the Scoville scale?
that's just hot and spice.
Well, it's weird. It's like, why would you put yourself through that pain?
There's a lot of people that do that.
Yeah, so they get the weirdness.
There's a contest I saw about like the ghost peppers. Like this guy that made those that went to even like further, like hybrids of chili peppers, and it's like fucking DBZ crack
I've seen
levels. Yeah, I forgot what it's called, but I think it was on Netflix. And yeah, no, people fucking destroy their insides for money. All to try the latest hot pepper.
I feel like I've eaten shark before.
Shark? Where did you eat shark?
Shark jerky
Where was this?
on my way to Vegas.
I feel like that's the appropriate response. On my way to Vegas, yeah, that checks out. What was it, like on the side of Bakersfield or something?
No, it was like it was one of those like, you're trucking along and one of those pit stops everybody does, and it was just like a jerky house. And they
Jerky
jerked
house?
everything.
Can you imagine a guy going in there like, oh, this is what you meant by jerky?
Jerky alligator, jerky shark, jerky bison.
Jerky ostrich?
They even had I think it was next to like it's just a famous alien, like a UFO sighting spot, and it was like alien jerky.
Alien jerky? It's probably just beef
Oh yeah.
or turkey.
Mystery meat.
I feel like it would be turkey. Turkey's the one thing that I could probably like just here and just put like a spice like that. That's alien. Or something gamey, maybe like deer. I don't know. I've never had
Oh
deer.
my god. Oh my goodness. I just got flashbacks.
Oh, is this another
from
food thing?
semi-food related, actually restaurant related. Which I'm gonna throw in a question here. What's the weirdest restaurant you've ever been to?
That I've ever been to.
That jerky place technically counted as a restaurant.
Tell me the name of
with
it.
the waiter and everything.
I don't remember the name of the place.
But did you like sit down and eat this
You
stuff?
could have. That was the thing.
So it had like a whole menu, and then this guy was like, "What kind of jerky you want?"
No, it was like part of the store was like their like food place, and then the other part was like their shop that sold all the jerky. So
Okay.
it's like if you would have cut the room in half.
Like a gift shop on the side, but with food.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't know,
okay, how about you? Have you been to any place?
I mean, I've been to
weird,
some
Richie?
theatrical fucking places, but they weren't weird. I liked it.
Ooh,
Like
medieval times.
medieval times. Like, I guess that could be weird to some people, but I enjoy it. Do you know what that is?
I know. I've been to medieval times.
Yeah, medieval times is great. I like that.
Medieval time never what, eh?
It made me love potatoes.
Well, yeah.
Which
they
that's
would-
not
they
a
would.
weird story. It's just that they made good potatoes, and
Thank you for clarifying because I was getting kind of worried. Like, oh, is this a potato thing that's gonna happen?
No, it's not going. No, it's not a weird story. It's just a happy story. I learned how to cook potatoes.
There's
the
one.
end.
There's one happy thing. I'm glad we can have one happy food related story.
But
with you.
I have two weird restaurants that I've been to.
Okay.
Which, if you were a kid, you'd be terrified of these places. I'm an adult, and now it's just weird. So, I remember one of the places' names, but not the other one. But I'm going to tell you the one place I do know, and then the second one later. The one place that I got nightmares of going to was Red Lobster.
I was just at Red
He
Lobster.
was just-
Yeah, but like the one that we went to though had some extra weirdness to it, and it
Okay,
had nothing to
hold
do
on,
with the
hold on.
foot.
You're gonna continue with this Red Lobster, but remind me to immediately tell you my story, mine and Richard's story of 'cause you're talking about weird and then like a legit restaurant. Fucking what's that place? Home Down Buffet.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Go ahead. Continue, sorry.
But this had nothing to do with the food. Like the people did their jobs. The food was good, but the most awkward thing that they had us do that made me terrified of going there was you ate your food underneath a life-size statue of a great white shark, and that was very terrifying for me because it was a very accurate statue of a great white shark.
Whole taxidermy and everything.
It wasn't taxidermy. It was like just a good old statue.
Just a statue. Was
But it was like
fake?
it was obviously fake, but little me didn't know that.
Ah.
But it was just terrifying because it's just like you had to eat underneath this thing, and just like every time because this thing was hanging in the middle of the restaurant and you had to sit underneath it.
It's so you can always know that you can be eaten by this thing.
It's like it's just like, yeah, you're eating this, but guess who's gonna be eating you?
See, but I feel like that's like personally weird / strange,
Yeah.
you know, because I feel like maybe other people would probably be fine, you know, no issue eating to it.
Yeah. But I was scared of that thing, and we only went there a few times, and then the restaurant eventually had to explain to me what it was. Still had a problem with it though.
What was
Like
it?
they had to literally just say, "Oh, this thing's made of styrofoam." It's just like it don't help. It's still scary looking. And the second area was this one was actually taxidermy.
Oh,
but
okay.
there was those deer heads that they have on the wall at some places.
Yeah.
They had a massive one hanging on the friggin' way top of the restaurant, and it was like really friggin' huge. It was like blown up taxidermy. It was like the size of a friggin' house taxidermy.
Was this like a shark? You said?
No, it was a deer.
Oh, deer. What the fuck?
It was a friggin' deer head the size of a friggin' house.
The fuck? Like,
It was like right on the top of the friggin' restaurant. And just like it didn't scare me, but I was very uncomfortable with it.
I can imagine someone like going, "What do you think they
Would-
serve there?" Oh, I don't know. Edna. Maybe deer.
Would not recommend sitting near that thing.
Jesus, it's like one of those big car dealers that have the gigantic gorilla blown
And
up.
and which again which now reminds me of another story, which is not that I could just sum it up as quickly as possible. My dad put me underneath an animatronic deer. It scared me. The end.
An animatronic deer.
Yeah, the end.
Who has an animatronic deer?
Oh no, it was at a Walmart, and my dad thought it would be funny to since I was a little baby and I was stuck in the cart and I couldn't leave. He thought it would be funny to put me up to the goddamn animatronic deer, and he thought I would like it. So I got up close and personal with that thing, 2 inches in front of my face, and it was talking, and I got friggin' I was crying, couldn't escape the cart, and he left me there for 2 minutes, and I was scared and pissed at him at the same time.
And got nightmare fuel from Bambi as a child.
Oh yeah, it was Evil Dead all over again.
Oh my god.
Sounds like you scare easy.
Yeah, I do. I'm scared of everything that we own for the holiday.
Who could blame you with like the food experiences you have, the deer you encounter apparently?
Yeah.
Jesus. Tell him.
I'm scared of Frosty the Snowman that we own. That's no longer capable of ever blowing up because it had a massive hole in it. But when it did work, it was scary to me.
I feel like that's a legitimate fear to some people because of some. There was a movie that had like a killer snowman. And I think that's why.
Oh yeah, and it also didn't help that the weather was poor. So every night that goddamn Frosty the Snowman balloon would keep hitting the window.
Why do you have it so close to the
Just
window?
wants to say hello.
Oh no, we kept it far away from the window. It's just the weather kept backing it up into the house.
Oh, it's so delightful. Let it snow, let it snow, let it.
So every now and then when I'm trying to sleep, I would just hear.
Luke, I'm out here.
You ever heard of yellow snow?
You can't get rid of me this easily.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Do you know where this snowman can get some snow, if you know what I mean?
Alright, the podcast is everything. Dicks, drugs, and snowmen.
Learn about your new member and everything that he's traumatized for free.
Tell them about the...
Is it weird? Is it weird if I put my carrot nose from my nose to like the lower half of me?
Tell them about the hometown buffet.
All right. Do you know what hometown buffet is?
I know it by name.
So, I'm eating a Snickers while I say this. So, there is a restaurant, if you can call it that, called Hometown Buffet. And it is like its name, it's a buffet. And I feel like it's gone downhill a very long time that now you really only associate it with like old people. And I don't remember what me and Richard were doing, but we were in Burbank. We were near, like, hey, it's been like a long time since we've been to Hometown. Let's get food. And I'm talking like anywhere between 10 and 15 years for both me and Richard. And we're like, all right. And so we get there, I think this would have been like around lunchtime. It's either lunch or an early dinner. We walk in, practically empty. And what few people are inside are the undead, essentially. They're really old people. And they just look, if you saw their face, they just lost the will to live.
Void of life.
They're just kind of
There's
going
nothing
through
in
the
there.
motions. There's nothing in there. And we're like, all right. So we pay like, what I think it was $12 or $15 per person for all you could eat. And the food is just very well mediocre.
It's like school food would give it a
It's
run
not-
for its
not-
money.
Not great, but it's not like the worst thing.
It wasn't worth
And
the
we're
money we
eating
paid,
this
I'll tell you that
food,
much.
And then we were like, because we used to have a competition. It's like, how many plates can we eat while we're here? And, Richard and I would see if we could out-eat the next person. And so we tried doing that. And then it was like, I was eating dessert, their quote-unquote fudge chocolate cake. And Richard was, I think, eating some breaded fish. And then at some point, Richard was like, I don't feel good. And I'm like, yeah, this chocolate cake tastes funny. And we're like, all right, we should probably leave. And so we left. The story does not end there. Having had this recent experience, we decide to indulge our friends and give them a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to join us in another hometown buffet outing. And so
Only the finest
we
for the
take-
friends that
we-
would
hold
hang
on,
out
hold
with
on,
us.
hold on. Yeah. So it's like our one of my like our closest friends like came, and and we get to it was a different location, and we get there and it was like, yeah, very mediocre, but they have like tea, stuff like that. And I don't remember who went to the restroom.
It was
don't
me.
remember.
It was me
Okay, then it was Richard.
because I remember this.
We're all sitting in a corner of the restaurant, and the bathroom is like straight down. It's like a straight down path. And Richard excuses himself, and he goes in there, and we're eating and talking, and we're like, it's been a hot minute. And then Richard comes back, and he's
let
like,
me say it.
okay.
I come back. I sit down. I look at these guys. And I'm like, I have this disgusted look on my face, but it's also kind of horrified. And I just look at them. I'm like, there's some shit on the ceiling.
And I'm like, we talk about. He's like,
There's some shit on the ceiling. I was just going to the bathroom. I look up and I'm like, what's that brown spot? And there's a lot of it. I'm like, oh, that's a lot of shit on the ceiling that somebody just put up there.
so I'm in disbelief, and I'm like, hold on. So I go to the restroom with my friend Chris, and we're looking up in the ceiling, and we're like, yeah, that's shit.
Gravity suddenly went zero for a whole
And then-
minute for whoever went in there.
and then we were like, why is there shit on here? And it's like, did nobody look at the reviews for this? Hold on. There's somebody said, did nobody look at the reviews for this location? So I pull out my phone. On Google Maps, I type in Home Down Buffet. I click on my location. I click on photos. And what is the very first picture? It's just a whole lot of shit in a toilet. Somebody on the reviews on the photos just took a picture of somebody's shit inside of a toilet and decided, yeah, this photo best represents this.
This establishment.
Nobody put a warning up saying, "Warning: toilet may spit up poop."
It was just, it's not the fact that the poop was up there. Well, I guess it is the fact. It's just like how angry you gotta be to just go, no, this doesn't deserve to be on the toilet. I'm gonna chuck it up. And that begs the question, did they like freehand it, or did they get like some toilet paper and just chuck it like that?
No. It's time to defy gravity.
This looks like a hand job is what it is. Just regular hand job. Threw it. And said, yeah, this is good.
They did it like in the good old days where you were a gorilla.
Oh my god, like, I still can't believe that was there. You know what the worst part is?
Why?
Well, me and Michael vowed we would never go there again, but I'm like, what if I want to go there again? Because I'm just thinking about some of the food now. I'm like, is it worth the risk?
No and yes.
No and yes, that's all you can say. It's a gamble. It's a total gamble. I will say this: if and when I do have kids, I'm gonna take them to Hometown Buffet, and they're gonna hate me forever for taking them there, and I will be okay.
I am no longer alone in my suffering.
Pretty much. And me and Michael are just gonna laugh and laugh and laugh.
And then you're just gonna keep laughing, because then they'll do the same thing with their kids, and those kids will do it with their kids.
Michael and I, when
just...
we're older, we're gonna be the ones to throw feces up on the top of the ceiling this time. That'll be our job.
You'll be in the retirement home still laughing your butts off about it.
This reminds us of Hometown Buffet.
Let me tell you about zero gravity poop.
Let me tell you about the time I found ramen in my chocolate milk.
Let me tell you... Shut up.
Well, I've enjoyed our conversation. This was a weird one, I'm not gonna lie. And I've learned a lot about food that I care not to
You learned a lot about me and the things that you should probably have not known.
I feel like I need to see what's in my food now.
Oh, yes. We've learned not to trust food anymore after this episode.
Yep. I've got nothing more to say because there's too much food things in my head spinning. So yeah. Michael, you got any last words?
Yes.
Thank you, Michael.
That was beautiful. Cool. All right. I'd like to thank all of you for listening, and for my guests here, Laughing Ghost and Luke.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes.
You're welcome.
Yes. Thank you for your chocolate ramen. Anyway. Again, thank you for listening. This is the Rocket Lounge podcast, and we are sponsored by no one, as it should be, because who would want to sponsor this? We'll see in the future. We'll see you probably next time. Remember, you can listen to this on Spotify under Rockitech, and this is uploaded every 2 weeks on Tuesday. At different times when I feel like it. But Tuesday nonetheless, because Tuesdays suck for everybody. It's virtually the most hated day in existence. So, yeah, without that, guess see you next time. Say it back, guys.
Goodbye.
Yes.
Yes.